Is Toyota ripping us off with each new Tacoma? Kind of depends on your perspective, I guess. Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here, and that's right. Is Toyota really ripping us off with each new Tacoma they sell? Well, you know, let me tell you, what I'm talking about first of all are things that used to be included on the Toyota Tacoma that no longer are, right? There are several things that are missing. Now, the reason I say that they're ripping us off, and it kind of depends on your perspective, is we didn't get a price decrease when these things went away, right? You didn't see a line on your sticker that said X deleted minus some amount, right? Because you figure if they took something away, then we would get a break for it. The price of the Tacoma would actually go down. Well, that's never happened. I've never seen anything like that, at least not for these particular options. So what are they? There are 5 things that I can think of right off the top that are no longer included on the Toyota Tacoma. They just mysteriously disappeared. You know, the next model came out and they were gone. So let's take a look. First of all, we're going to start in the bed. And many of you are probably aware of this. Many of you probably aren't. If you notice, over here on the passenger side, rather, you have this nice little cubby over here. Pretty handy. You can store some stuff in it right next to the electrical outlet there. But there used to be a bigger, more convenient one over here, right in this area. It's gone, and for no apparent reason. The only thing that I can think of is it was a cost-saving or money-saving proposition for Toyota, right? I mean, why get rid of that otherwise? They didn't put anything behind it. If you put the truck up in the air and look back in that space, there's still a spot for it. You can even still buy those out there as parts from most of the Toyota websites. So you could add one if you wanted to cut and put one in, but they're gone. No longer do they exist. Next up, how about inside? You know, there used to be, speaking of cubbies, a little cubby right here, right? A little area where you could store stuff. You know, you could throw some change in there, maybe a pair of gloves, some paperwork, maybe your registration, license, all that kind of stuff. It was pretty convenient for that kind of thing. But it's gone. No longer do we have that little cubby area right down there. Why? Again, the only thing I can think is it's a cost-saving feature. Next up, and for this one, we're going to step inside the truck. And this is one that honestly, probably most people didn't really use, unless you're a YouTuber like me. So let's step inside. And I'm talking about, of course, the GoPro mount that used to be right here on the windshield, right? It was either right here or right over there. I can't remember exactly where it was. I think it was here. But that's gone. Now, in all honesty, Toyota probably had a little arrangement with GoPro, right? I mean, it had the GoPro label on it, and since it said GoPro on it, I can imagine that Toyota probably partnered with GoPro for that thing and got a little kickback, or probably got them free. And I'm guessing that something happened between Toyota and the GoPro folks, and that agreement was voided, pulled, canceled, whatever. And that's why we don't see that anymore. But still, it's just another thing that Toyota has done away with that we don't seem to have gotten any kind of compensation for. Next up, and this one I really didn't notice until the day, I think the day after, I went to pick up, or got, my 2020 Tacoma here. And this actually ended, I think, either with the 2019 or 2020 model year. And that is the seat pull. Right here on both seats, when you put them up, there was a pull right here. It was fastened in right here. You can see the bolt hole right here, which still exists. So even though they took it out, the bolt hole is still there, this threaded hole. By the way, I'm going to do something about that soon, but of course the way it used to work, you had your seat down, there was that convenient pull there, you know, you just grabbed it and pulled the seat up. And I actually found out, because when I was checking to make sure that there was still storage under the seat here, I mean, who knows, I went to grab for that, and it was gone. It didn't exist. So now, of course, you pull the seat up by grabbing the side. It's not that big a deal, but I will say you do have two hinges, if you will, down here, right? It does put lateral, if I have the right word, lateral force on those hinges when you put the seat up, because now when you pull it up, you're pushing it that way. And after time, you can imagine that these hinges are going to take some wear, probably going to either loosen or throw the alignment of the seat off, unlike the little pull strap that you had there, where you would just grab and pull the seat straight up, so you're not putting any force on those hinges. Why'd they do away with it? Had to be a cost savings. And they didn't even get rid of the bolt hole there. Really strange. Now, the last one, and this occurred with the 2016 model year, has been rectified in the aftermarket recently, and that is the driver's side grab handle. Now, you'll notice, and you're probably saying, well, wait a minute, you have one here, but how do you have one there? This is a 2020. I don't have one. Well, this is aftermarket. I bought it actually from Tacoma Beast and installed this. And I'll put a link to that video down below because I think this is the 2020 Mod of the Year winner right here. Very handy. Just makes getting in and out of the Tacoma so much easier, particularly in. You just grab it, step on your side step, and pull yourself in. Now, some people have said, well, what's the big deal? I don't need that. I just grab the steering wheel or push on the door or whatever. That just puts more wear on parts that are a heck of a lot more expensive. Have you ever had doors sag? I have. You know, where you go to shut your door and it doesn't line up right. That happens when you put weight on the door, right? After a period of time, that weight will force the door down and you're going to have an alignment problem. I've had cars like that in the past. Same thing with the steering wheel. You know, when you grab the steering wheel and you're pulling on it constantly, it's not designed to be pulled. You're going to put more wear on it. And if nothing else, you're going to wear out the area that you touch every time you do that. Anyway, not sure why they got rid of this beast here. This is awesome. Love having this back in the truck. And I think it should come standard. There's many reasons or theories out there as to why they got rid of it. None of them valid, in my opinion. So those are just 5 little features or little options, I guess, that Toyota has gotten rid of for apparently no reason. They don't really say anything. I've never gone into a dealership and the dealer has said, oh, by the way, let me tell you, we don't have a door handle anymore and you're not getting anything for it. Matter of fact, we raised the price and you're getting less. Leave a comment, let me know. And yes, I realize when you go into the dealership, you should be aware of these things. And obviously, you're agreeing to pay the price. So you chose to buy this, as I did, without these features. But still, you would think when they take things away, the price would drop a little. It's never happened. Let me know what you think. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotive JT. All about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.